Nowadays, commentary content is just way too serious. Whether it's the most venomous political discussion you've ever seen.
Who's that one guy that involved with Tay from Andrew Tate's stream? That's literally the only thing talks about. That's the only thing that
You're a 40-year-old. You're a wonderful friend.
Or channels documenting the lives and times of people who are so cartoonishly degenerate, you'd wish that they were just an actor trolling, only to realize, no, it's all real. Thanks to most modern phones coming standard with HD cameras and extremely accessible apps like TikTok and current YouTube, almost anyone can make and post videos for the world to see. And we've had some pretty interesting critters come out of the woodwork over the years. However, all these innovations have really diminished the power of the video troll, as they have no way to compete with the actual, genuine, unironic freaks that have started cropping up. And that's why today I wanted to take a look at a fairly unknown, yet extremely notorious troll who's been trying to get a rise out of Sonic and Nintendo fans for almost 14 years. And he's still going, even to this day. This is Mariotehplumber.
This man is fighting his own war and he has no rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of ideals. He trades blood for money. He's your new best friend.
Oh yeah, let's start this fucking shit.
Our plumber's story begins in the summer of 2010, when a fairly innocuous channel called Mariotehplumber was created on YouTube and started posting, and I use this term extremely loosely, angry game reviews, which was a massively popular genre at the time thanks to juggernauts like the AVGN. Starting by posting 3 black screen only rants about the upcoming game Sonic Colors, our dear plumber railed against it for being shit because it's a modern Sonic game.
Fucking series fucking sucks now.
Now, some context for anyone who isn't a gamer like me, or isn't familiar with the controversy surrounding a children's game about a blue cartoon hedgehog. But in the early to mid 90s, Sonic was a force in the gaming industry, being Sega's response to Nintendo's golden child, Mario.
Time to take a piss.
And for a while, Sonic was going band for band with Mario and crew, with games like Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic CD, and Sonic & Knuckles being extremely well received by critics and loved by fans. And some fans loved it a bit too much, as we'll see. These Sonic games were fresh and stylish, and they had impressive graphics, unique and impressively fast gameplay, and tight and responsive controls. However, as the 90s came to an end and gaming made the jump from 2D to 3D, it was time for Sonic to make that transition as well. However, unlike Sonic's dreaded OPP Mario, whose jump from 2D to 3D went so incredibly well that it set the industry standard for 3D games and is considered one of the greatest pieces of software ever made, Sonic's jump to 3D was a little less seamless. Sonic Adventure and its sequel, although well liked by Sonic fans, came nowhere close to the level of polish and quality that Mario 64 had, and following Sonic Adventure was a series of several middling to just downright ass-cheeks 3D Sonic games that really hamstrung the success of the franchise, and created a schism in the Sonic fanbase between those who still enjoyed the 3D titles, and those who only liked the classic 2D platformers on the Genesis and CD, and our dear plumber is the latter, being a super fan of the classic 2D Sonic games, and absolutely reviling the 3D games. A true Sonic conservative, if you will. Although the games Mariotehplumber reviewed had plenty of aspects you could validly criticize them for, MTP's reviews were less focused on actual gameplay and mechanics, and focused almost exclusively on superficial aspects of the game, like the character design.
Fucking running with fucking little fucking shoes that look fucking shit. I mean, granted it doesn't have the fucking buckles, but it still looks like fucking shit.
Railing against modern Sonic's heinous design choices, such as his long legs, his green eyes, his long nose, and worst of all, his hentai quills. Something you need to understand about MTP is that there's probably nothing in this world he hates more than hentai, and he believes that 3D Sonic, aka modern Sonic's design, was too robust and sexually suggestive. In almost every review, he will go off on a tangent about how modern Sonic's fans only like him because they want to pleasure themselves with his quills, which he hates because they remind him of tentacle hentai, which I gotta give him props for even coming up with. It's just so damn random. Bro's got the mind of a 1600s Puritan if they were a Sonic the Hedgehog superfan.
Fucking ugly hentai quills that you guys want to just shove up your ass. Well, guess what? You guys are quill freaks that like quills up your ass all day, you quill.
Also in these videos, he will always be hollering against the people he calls modern Morans. Not morons, Morans, who are Sonic fans who enjoy the modern 3D Sonic games, which we all know, only morons can enjoy. As how can you even tolerate Sonic's disgusting green eyes? Unfucking believable. But every MTP review can essentially be boiled down to, it's not a classic Sonic style game, therefore it is shit. And although this is just a troll job, MTP is really about that classic Sonic life. As in his Why Sonic Adventure Sucks video, we can see that he has at least all the achievements unlocked for Sonic 1, 2, Sonic & Knuckles, and Sonic 4 on Xbox Arcade, complete with his avatar in a full-body Sonic costume. And this video is just a classic. The recording quality is ridiculously ass, even for 2010 standards. These videos did their jobs, and people started taking notice of MTP for his awful mic quality and video production, his borderline nonsensical and superficial criticisms of the 3D Sonic games, his over-the-top rage towards children's games and its fans, and his liberal usage of the F word, not fuck, the other one. He still uses fuck in every sentence though, don't worry. And even the N word, full hard R and all. Man, old YouTube is such a trip. They were just letting that shit spit back in the day. This attention and notoriety caused many video commentary responses to be made on his videos, and MTP became the pariah of the Sonic community on YouTube in the early 2010s. Many clocked him from the start as an exaggerated troll, but just as many took the bait and thought he was totally genuine, which I can understand, as at that time in YouTube history, superficial things like Sonic's design were pretty controversial topics, and other users were often railing against Sonic's new age look. The Sonic series had been in a bit of a dark age of games for a few years, and Sonic fans were suffering immensely from it, including this gentleman here, who hated the trailer for Sonic 4 simply due to the fact that the game used Sonic's modern design rather than the shorter classic design.
I mean, I, along with most people in their late 20s, was expecting the classic style, black-eyed Sonic. What I'm seeing here, the same ugly, stretched out bubblegum abomination I had to suffer through for the last decade. Ugh!
What an interesting young man. I hope he doesn't turn out to be a total So with MTP's videos getting relentlessly clowned and his YouTube comments and Skype inbox getting blown up by modern morons, MTP knew he had to respond, and he dropped this legendary video. You all asked for it. In this monumental video, which only features a low-quality JPEG of Sonic spinning a beach ball on his finger, he tries to get commentators to remove their videos on him, as since they are blocked on his channel, they are not allowed to make videos about him. And the whole time his mic is shoved 3 inches down his throat, as his mic is peaked for around 80% of the video.
I'm gonna block your ass on your videos that you make of me, and you better stop making videos of me!
He also slaughters a juvenile pig, rebuffs the modern morans,
Saying, Sonic Adventure 2 is the best game ever! Screw Sonic 1! No!
and lets the mask slip a bit.
And if you don't stop!
He tells his detractors to stop the hate, lest they land on his block list, a fate worse than death itself.
I'm gonna block all you motherfucking f***s on my block list!
Following this video, which was also mocked relentlessly, MTP would continue posting inflammatory rants and reviews, and he had to create several alt accounts over time as his main channel got nuked by YouTube for his less than respectful language and some good old-fashioned mass reporting from the modern morans. But despite the constant takedowns and the odds stacked against him, MTP was determined to keep posting, dropping some hits as the years went by on his alts.
One quill up my ass. Smash without a sound.
That's not what you think, Dr. Eggman.
But overall, he didn't make too many waves, until around late 2014, around the height of the Amiibo craze. Amiibo, if you don't know, were a series of collectible Nintendo character figurines that you could tap on your Wii U and later Switch to unlock unique in-game rewards. However, Nintendo must have forgotten they're one of the most beloved and well-known game companies on Earth, and Amiibos were pretty much always out of stock on release, due to high demand and, of course, scalpers, who would buy up Amiibos in bulk and then sell them off for a king's ransom compared to their original price. And our hero MTP decided he was going to have his own Scalper arc, but for reasons you may not expect. On December 21st, 2014, Mariotehplumber posted an inflammatory video again where he is completely shameless about the Amiibo scalping he's done.
I'm not gonna sell it for fucking retail price even though I paid that. I'll sell you it if you pay like 20 times what I paid.
And the scalping he plans to continue doing, and taunts Nintendo fans for being suckers.
Fucking easy money. I've already made like $2,000 fucking dollars. I'm swimming in money right now, doing nothing.
But the most interesting part of this video is the claim that he had pre-ordered 100 Rosalina Amiibos.
I have over 100 Rosalinas pre-ordered.
Not to sell, but as a form of protest against Nintendo, as he believes Rosalina to be a, quote, hentai character, and was created by Nintendo solely to bait horny teenagers and make their games way too sexual and fetishistic. Which I can totally understand, because I don't know about you, but for me, that exposed shoulder is causing a southern uprising. But, in his own words, Rosalina is a hentai character because 1, she has hair cover one eye to look seductive.
She has hair over her eye to look seductive.
2, she has exposed shoulders.
She has shoulders showing on her dress.
And 3, She moans in some voice clips.
What the fuck?
Making her a fetish character in his book.
And this character right here is a hentai character.
And that being a fetish for women, I suppose? Anime women? Maybe? I don't know. But regardless, MTP wouldn't sell these Rosalina figures for 20 times the markup. Nah, he'd rather just hold on to them simply so other gamers couldn't have them. The classic, I'll destroy your product by buying them all method. That's a classic troll move. And this goes for the other Nintendo hentai characters he doesn't approve of as well, like Palutena, Robin, Lucina, and Zero Suit Samus, saying in his description that he plans to buy another 100 figures each for them. Just look at this damn thing. 100 plus Palutenas, 100 plus Robins, 100 plus Zero Suit Samuses, 100 plus Lucinas, 50 Nesses, 50 Duck Hunts, and 20 others. Jesus. And of course he doesn't like Earthbound too. But whether or not he bought all the amiibos he said he would is still unconfirmed. In the Truth About the Amiibo Problem video, he shows stacks and stacks of the alleged hentai amiibos he bought up, but the pictures he provided are so comically low resolution, it's hard to tell, and it could easily just be a Photoshop job. This video caught the attention of a lot of people, who were unaware of Mariotehplumber's past and his MO, took it at face value and made some pretty popular response videos to it, gawking at the insanity of someone buying 100 Rosalina amiibos despite hating the character, just to spite Nintendo and their fans.
It's the type of guy who lubes up with ketchup and fists himself for fun.
But the backlash to this amiibo scalping video quickly became more than MTP bargained for, and the situation got so large and out of hand, MTP was eventually fully doxxed and had his email account hacked and taken hostage by those enraged Nintendo-sanctioned hentai fans. It was so bad that MTP was forced to make 2 rare half-apology/clarification videos to try to get the heat off himself, where he admits that the rage is an act, but the opinions are his real opinions, and he truly does believe that Rosalina is an overtly sexual character who is ruining the Mario series for him.
Nintendo just keeps pushing this hentai waifu fetish culture in my face.
And he does truly believe that the 2D Sonic games are superior to the 3D ones in every conceivable way.
I do believe that Sonic 1 is the best game. It's got the best gameplay for me. I could play it how many times and never get bored of it.
And that, combined with the unusual dedication to trolling and making inflammatory videos for several years, just makes me wonder how much is truly an act, and how much is just the real beast unleashed. Also in this video, he asks,
"What the fuck is a waifu? Seriously, I don't know what it is."
Just remember that for now. Anyway, after the half-apology videos, the hate died down and people moved on from this wacky internet side story of the month, and MTP continued uploading some variety content, and also kept up his one-man crusade against the hentai takeover in Nintendo, fighting against the heinous forces of Fire Emblem, Palutena, and that skank Rosalina. Not much happened until around mid-2018, when MTP switched up his channel to be focused on Smash Ultimate leaks and rumors in the months leading up to the game's release. He made 22 of these damn things, and they pretty much all consist of MTP sarcastically reading 4chan Smash leaks, and taking the piss out of Nintendo fans who were falling for the leaks at the time. But after 22 uploads about the leaks, what did MTP think about the game itself?
Just a bunch of fucking hentai!
Huh, should've guessed. But after the Smash Bros. Ultimate well dried up, the MTP main channel went dark for several years, uploading no videos from late 2019 to late 2022, before returning to uploading fairly consistently in October of 2023. But before we take a look at modern Mariotehplumber, we need to take a look at a different, bird-themed website. 2 of them, actually. In the fall of 2020, a user named Archeops created a thread on Kiwi Farms focused on a lolcow who was pretty notorious in the Pokemon community, a user most commonly known as Preciousleaf. Preciousleaf, according to their bio, was a schizophrenic, bipolar, anxiety-addled, depressed, and Asperger's suffering superfan of Leaf, the default name of the female protagonist in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green versions, Game Boy Advance remakes of the original Red and Green versions of Pokemon. Preciousleaf claimed that he could see and interact with Leaf through schizophrenic hallucinations, but his relationship with Leaf is only platonic and respectful, as Preciousleaf will get ridiculously angry when people would say he wants to fuck her, which is extremely fortunate, as Leaf is canonically a 10-year-old. So instead, he often depicts himself as Red, and has made hundreds of graphics and animations shipping the two, which can be seen on the official Preciousleaf YouTube channel, which has almost 200 views posted over the course of 4 years, mostly consisting of romantic animations of Red and Leaf macking on each other and getting into bizarre scenarios.
Charizard!
What? Impossible, that's a Pokemon!
And do you know what this makes me?
You're so autistic!
My own person! Charizard! Blast, burn this bitch out of my face!
along with several almost completely commentary-less Let's Plays of modded Pokemon Crystal, modded to have Red follow Leaf around like a dog, and Preciousleaf blowing God knows how much money on the Pokemon Masters EX mobile gacha game, trying to pull any scraps of Leaf he can get his hands on. Back on Twitter, Preciousleaf would spend day in and day out reposting Leaf and Red art, declaring his love for Leaf with almost robotic levels of dedication, harassing the Pokemon Masters EX Twitter account for more Leaf content, harassing artists who drew Leaf art he didn't approve of, this harassment even managing to get him his own page on a Japanese Pokemon wiki. That's how common the art complaining was. He would also post angrily about Pokemon Go, complaining that the Pokemon he was capturing weren't their canonical height and weight, as Pokemon Go randomizes those values after capturing one. When he wasn't spamming on Twitter, he could usually be found in the 4chan trenches fighting keyboard wars in the Pokemon general threads, spamming pictures of Leaf and getting into pointless arguments with other Pokemon fans and collectors about which 10-year-old is the hottest. And this Pokemon girl chicanery also extended to Discord and Reddit, because of course it did, where Preciousleaf would post art he ripped from Japanese artists on Twitter and get backlash from the community for not crediting the artist, to which Preciousleaf would geek the fuck out and get into all-caps arguments with other community members, and just cause chaos and immense autism in these servers and spaces. It had gotten so bad that the admin of r/Pokemon Masters had written up a Google Doc addressing the Preciousleaf drama, and this document is pretty damn hilarious to skim through, as the author tries his hardest to be as understanding and charitable to Preciousleaf as possible, taking his claims of suffering from bipolar schizophrenia at face value, completely blind to the massive jobbing operation going on just underneath the surface. The Kiwi Farms thread was active for almost 3 years. All the while, Preciousleaf continued his dark work of daily Leaf spam, complaining, and acting like a general basket case. But eventually, Kiwi Farms does what it does best, and users started digging into the Preciousleaf account, trying to expose the identity of the man behind the world's most neurotic account based around a forgettable Pokemon character from the Game Boy era. And as they dug, they noticed some interesting behavioral patterns. The extreme dedication to posting about Leaf, the over-the-top vitriolic rhetoric and caps lock only text, the borderline puritanical aversion to NSFW topics despite having a psychotic obsession with female characters. And oh my god, it's even got the extreme focus on superficial issues. And on October 11th, 2023, Preciousleaf was exposed by members of Kiwi Farms as none other than Mariotehplumber. Unreal. Over 4 years, almost 200 YouTube videos, and over 60,000 tweets, and an untold number of hours in just pointless, toxic back-and-forth internet arguments in the Discord and Reddit trenches, just to troll the online community of a Pokemon mobile gacha game. Unfucking real. And he's still going! Look at these pictures! He's about that life! I don't know what else to say. Besides, I salute you, Teh Plumber. This is the most discipline and dedication I've ever seen from an internet troll. So much work for almost nothing in return. It's amazing. And I guess he did know what a waifu was after all. But after he was exposed as Preciousleaf, he took that in stride pretty well and returned to uploading on his main channel, making no secret that he was Preciousleaf, and the Leaf animations and cameos started making their way into his videos, and he even got his wife to dress up like Leaf for him. Not bad, but also kind of weird given the circumstances. Put the costume on, babe, please. I need to see Leaf right now. And that is where Mariotehplumber remains, uploading Nintendo and Sega variety content, Pokemon card openings, and skits, I believe. And with that, that's where the story of Mariotehplumber catches up to real time. Well over 500 videos across several channels over the course of 14 years, all in the pursuit of trolling Nintendo, Sonic, and Pokemon fans, and convincing random internet users that he's mentally deranged. For what goal though? Fame? Money? Self-satisfaction? Why do any of this? Well, I think that's only something Mr. Teh Plumber himself knows, as despite some big controversies like the 100 Rosalina amiibos purchase, he mostly remained as an obscure villain/village idiot of the niche Sonic and Pokemon communities he targeted, and kept up the trolling for years and years, showing exceptional dedication to the bit and god-tier discipline to give a convincing performance with each hentai or modern Sonic rant, and to pose as an insane Leaf fan, producing over 60,000 tweets and almost 200 videos, just to sell people on the crazed Pokemon fan persona he created. It's nuts, and it makes Mariotehplumber my favorite troll in internet history. As for him, it's not about the fame or the money, it's just for the love of the game, which is something I feel we've lost a bit in recent years. But with that, that's all I got for you today. I thought it'd be fun to do a shorter video like this. I watch a lot of commentary content, so I thought I'd take a crack at it. But let me know what you think. And as always, thank you very much for watching, because I enjoyed you watching it. Goodbye.